Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Diana and I am here to assist you on your journey of spiritual growth and personal development. So today we are going to be looking at the lessons that 2020 has in store for you. So what could you expect on your journey of personal development? And maybe you could get some advice or some insight into how would you like to create your best life this year. Okay, so this is not going to be like a prediction type of reading. This is more like an action-oriented guidance than that you can take and apply to your life in a very specific ways if only you would like to do it. And how this works, so I have selected 4 of my tarot decks, so your job is to pick the deck that resonates the most with you, and I will also draw a card from the oracle deck just to give you an overall message and tie it all together, so to speak. I just wanted to ask you to connect with your personal energy as much as possible. So do take a moment to breathe a little bit, to maybe take a step back and look at the year ahead. What would you like to create? Maybe what kind of New Year's resolutions you have already set for yourself. So if you connect with that energy, you can get the most out of this reading and the best results afterwards, okay? And I would also like to mention that I do offer private readings. If you would like to work with me on a more personal level, then all the information is down in the description box below. So let us get started with the readings. Alright, these are the 4 decks for you to choose from. This is deck number 1, number 2, number 3, and deck number 4. Before you pick your deck, do take some time to think about the year ahead and how would you like that year to unfold, and then go ahead and pick the deck that resonates the most with you. Hello there again. So this is the reading for everybody who picked the first deck, which is the Tarot of the Dream Enchantress. Okay, let's have a look at your 2020 and what is the lessons that this year has in store for you. And let's start with the present situation. So what's going on for you right now? What is your mood? What is your energy and intention as you start the new year? And you have the Star. So what a lovely energy, what a lovely message to begin the new chapter, the new year, because the Star is all about hope and faith and having like a belief in good things, basically, that good things will come to you and you trust the positivity, you trust all the positive outcomes that your heart desires. So I would say that you are starting this year off with some very good intentions to create something beautiful this year. You could be going through some hardships. Maybe there's some difficulties that you've been facing. Maybe the last year has been pretty difficult to you, and you are really hopeful that this period will end and that the new year will bring something lighter, something more pleasant to you, and that is something that you are looking towards. It could also be that you want to create that change yourself. Maybe you are sort of fed up with the way your life is and you want some new insights, some new influences, some new and fresh energy that really lightens you up and makes you dream and really do things to realize your dreams. So this is a very, very hopeful start of the year. And okay, let's see what else is going on and how this will unfold for you. So now let's take a look at the subconscious influences. So this placement is supposed to tell you what is hidden from you and maybe what you are not aware of, but what is going on underneath the surface. And you have the Ace of Swords. This is another lovely card to have in this placement because the Ace of Swords represents clarity. It is that, basically that light bulb moment when you finally have found the solution that you have been looking for, or the answer just falls into your lap and it seems like it's coming from nowhere, but at the same time it's so clear, so precise that it feels like, oh my God, how wasn't I able to see it before? But this is still on the subconscious side of your reading. So you might not have that answer quite yet. You might be looking for that, the answer or the solution or the idea or something. You might still be looking for that, but you might not been able to really consciously understand what it is just yet. But the combination with this Ace of Swords and the Star card is, I think it's absolutely wonderful because you, even though you might not know consciously that it's coming, you kind of know deep down that it's actually coming. And that is something that makes you hopeful. And you can really trust that you have found that faith, and maybe you are telling to yourself, okay, I have no idea how this will unfold, but I will go ahead anyway, and I will hope for the best. And I think that you have a good reason to really hope for the best with the Ace of Swords, because whatever you are looking for will come, and that missing piece of the puzzle will be found, and you will have the full picture at one point during the year of 2020. But what are conscious influences? So what is on your mind right now? And you have the Hierophant. So you might be concerned with the structure of your life. The Hierophant is, well, this is a card that represents hierarchy and organization and structure. Like here we could be talking about authorities, about our belief systems, religion, everything that has an order to it and a preset structure. It's about what we believe is true about the way life works, about the way the universe works, how we work, what is our place in that bigger whole. So you are having two major arcana cards here, the Star and the Hierophant, and for me it indicates that you are really looking forward to upgrade your life, and you want to make it more serious, more important, to add more weight to your life and to be more conscious as you create it, as you go along. And with the Hierophant, you might be looking your place in a certain structure. Maybe you are trying to find the meaning of life, basically. It could be as philosophical as that. Maybe that's something that you are looking for. Maybe you have been struggling through something and now you want to find the meaning of all that, and you want to be able to see how it all fits together, how your personal journey flows along with the universe, basically. So that could be one situation for one group of people watching this video. It could also be that you could be a part of a certain structure or an organization, like maybe like it could be a family structure or maybe a work environment of some sort, maybe a career path that you are on. But basically this structure, this organization is pretty demanding in terms of having rules that you need to follow and having authorities that you need to sort of listen to. And again, this is about finding your place in that system, in that structure. Where do you fit? How do you go along with the whole thing? Do you belong there or not? Do you need to break free from that and maybe find your own path? Or can you trust and follow the path that you are currently on? So all those types of situations could be symbolized here by the Hierophant card. So all in all, it does seem that you kind of want to touch the sky, if that makes sense. You are looking for an answer. You are looking for something that is currently missing from from the bigger picture of your life, of your existence. Maybe even you are, since the Hierophant is a very, also one side of this card is this very spiritual energy. So maybe you are reading spiritual literature, following spiritual gurus. Maybe you are looking for that guidance, that belief system that you could actually call your own at one point. So really looking for answers and clarity of some sort is something that's going on for you as you start this year. And what is the advice for you? And you have the Six of Pentacles. So I think that the advice for you is growth and also sharing. Because with the Six of Pentacles, there is this little child, and the child is kind of watering this plant, and then something grows, something comes out of that, just from the act of sharing or even charity. Something grows out of that, and it's kind of it kind of returns to the giver. So you give away, you are led by good intentions, you want to help, you want to contribute, and then by doing that you receive back. So having this as your advice for 2020, I think it indicates that you are truly on the lookout for a meaning in your life, and you want that meaning to be practical. You want to contribute to other people, to your community. You want to make a good use of yourself, no matter in what shape or form that might come. It could be your knowledge or experience that you can share. It could be some other resources that you might be having, your money, your time, really spending time with the people who needs that and giving something to them. But also, what's also important with this Six of Pentacles card is being able to receive in times when you need support and when you need to grow, when you don't have it all on your own. And here's again the concept of community and belonging to a larger system or structure comes to play, as is indicated by the Hierophant. So if you have found a community that really resonates with you, well, the values of the community are very similar to your own values, and you can really find a good match between them and you, then you kind of find this sense of belonging. And then this energy exchange, it flows naturally. It's easy for you to contribute, to give away, and it's easy to return back. And it goes both ways. What is very important with the Six of Pentacles, in order for the balance to be maintained, is giving and receiving equally. You don't give away more than you can afford, more than you have. And also you don't receive or take more than you need. This is all about balance and all about being in that harmonious state of being. Finding the way you can be useful, but at the same time being very aware of your own needs and how you can meet those needs and how other people can help to meet those needs for you. And that is very important. That is actually how you can tell whether that community you're in or that organization you belong to is a good fit for you or not. If you can have your needs met by that group of people, and if you can also find a way to be useful for that group of people, then it's a good indication that that you will be happy there, and vice versa. If it's not the case, then you need to change something. Then you need to look for that, or even create that perfect community where that sort of exchange is taking place. Okay? And the outcome card for 2020, you have the Nine of Wands. And here you can see a warrior, and she's sitting and taking a rest. And the wind is blowing, and there is this impression that it's not over yet. It's just a moment of rest to be able to gather the strength and the energy that is necessary for that final battle. So by the end of this year, it does seem that as long as you learn your lesson and as long as you follow the guidance given to you by the cards, then you could be onto something. You might not complete that by the end of this year. You might not see it to the end, but nevertheless, the end is near, the completion is near, and it's like you are on a mission of sorts. This is a year when you have found your calling, when you have reunited with that higher meaning or motivation behind your actions, behind the way you think about yourself and your life. And now you feel ready and inspired to go and to make some real change. And it has a lot to do with making this world a better place, which could happen on any scale that you can imagine. It could be as small as taking care or even supporting your partner or just one person, or it can be as wide as helping the whole community or even working on a global level. So it really depends on you and what your intentions are. But really, if there is a feeling by the end of this year that something is not done yet and not completed yet, then it's completely okay. It's completely fine because it's on the way, it's happening. Something is like really coming and like a snowball rolling down the hill. Once once it once it started, it's unstoppable and nothing you can do will stop it. So this is the same type of feeling here. So be prepared, and also really why it's important to be able to give and take equally. In order for you to be in your best form and feel your best, you need that energy. You cannot give all of it away. To just be able to have a proper rest and prepare for whatever is ahead of you. Okay? So you are indeed on a mission this year. You are connecting with your mission. And the oracle message for you is blessed. So you are truly blessed with the people you have in your life, with the opportunities you have in your life, and you have everything you need to discover your own personal value and to grow as a person and to connect with that source of happiness within you by serving a higher goal, a higher purpose. And this card is asking you or inviting you to be aware of all the blessings that you already have. Starting from the little things, the small, daily, everyday things that you do every day or that you have every day, the food on your table, your friends, your family members, your home, what you are doing every day, what you can do, your body. Do appreciate your body because it can do so much for you. And by having that type of attitude, you start to see how much you actually have, how much you actually can give to others. And you start to appreciate also their attempts to give to you, to show their love or appreciation to you. And it makes you stronger and it fills you up with energy so you can really take on any mission that you feel you could be on. So any change you feel you need to create can be created by you with the help of others through those acts of giving and receiving. And really sometimes that hope and that faith and that goodness and positivity that we are looking for when we have this star card, it sometimes comes to us in ways that we cannot even comprehend. We do have wishes, desires, our heart longs for something, but not always it's easy to get there right away or to understand all the channels that this wish will be fulfilled for you. So be open to all the miraculous things you already have and really be able to appreciate how precious they are. And it will take you to places where you will actually feel more valued and needed as well. Okay, group number 1. So this is your reading. This is your message for the year of 2020 and your lesson. I think it's a beautiful one, and there's a lot of soul searching that you could be doing, and a lot of personal insights that you could be having this year. So I wish you Happy New Year and talk to you soon. Hello. So this is your reading if you picked the deck number 2, which is the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. Okay, so what about your 2020 and the lessons that this year has in store for you? So the first, before I go on and look at the cards, let me just talk about the Oracle card, because it fell out as I was shuffling and it fell down face up. So I want to talk about it first. And you have the soulmates. This is an absolutely lovely card to have because it's an indication that indeed your soul is calling for love, for a deeper level of connection, and that is something that you need to cultivate this year. You need to learn how to give love, how to feel love for yourself, how to give it to others, and also how to receive love, to let others love you and feel their love. So this could be a very deep lesson for you, depending on where you are currently and how you feel currently. But if you're single, you might be looking for that special person. Then of course this card is a good omen for that, but it does not have to be a romantic relationship. It does not have to be romantic love. It could be self-love, that you are looking to connect to this year. Whatever it is for you and whatever your individual desires are, this is all about mirroring, feeling that love, and then having it reflected back to you through the people in your life, through the things that happen to you, through your work, through the satisfaction you can gain from the things that you do every day. So looking for the connection, connecting on a deeper level, that is the message and the lesson for you. And it could be a challenge as well if you belong to those people who are very, very self-sufficient and who find it hard to share their vulnerability with others. This could be quite a big challenge for you. Okay, let's have a look at what else is going on. And let's start with the present situation. What are your intentions and your energy as you start the year off? And you have the Two of Earth, or it's the Two of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. So you could be pretty busy as you're starting the new year, because the Two of Pentacles, it's or the Two of Earth, it's about that balancing act. You're trying to juggle two things, or even more than that. You're trying to be on top of them all. You're trying to be in control, and you have a lot going on. You keep yourself busy. Maybe you have a lot of goals that you have set for 2020, and you are really inspired and motivated to make those goals happen to you. And actually, at least for the time being, you do have the strength and the energy to make them happen, to follow through, to keep the promises that you have made to yourself or even to other people. I'm just wondering how that busyness that you have placed yourself in, how that resonates with the soulmate's energy. And whether it's not something that you kind of want to make up for, like you think that you need to do more in order to be deserving of love. So I'm not sure yet, just let's see what else is going on for you. And now let's take a look at the subconscious influences. So what is hidden and what you are not yet aware of, but what is still going on behind the scenes. And you have the Four of Water. So indeed, I was just mentioning this this concept of being or feeling that you deserve love, and what happens and how you behave when your core beliefs say that you don't deserve love just because you are. Because maybe that concept is, if that's you, if that's something that you have about you, then maybe this concept is starting to shake a little bit, because here in this card there is this creature, and he's looking in the mirror, and he has gone through stuff. He has experienced things in his life. He is no way close to being perfect. He has been wounded. He has known pain. He has maybe even hurt other people. Well, all sorts of things have happened to him. But he looks in the mirror and he still loves himself. He loves what he sees. And yes, this could go to the other extreme when we are talking about this narcissistic tendencies, that we kind of fall in love with ourselves on behalf of everything else, and we just cannot see the value of others because we value ourselves above everybody. But when we talk about that, it's based on the lack of self-worth, actually. So in this case, it's about self-acceptance. This is about the ability to really tell yourself that you are enough. I am enough. And the work that I'm doing, my responsibilities that I have taken on, my duties and obligations that I have found for myself, they should be there not because I think that by doing certain acts I will prove that I'm deserving and I will be able to accept myself because I am serving a purpose of sorts. It's not really the case. It's not really the lesson that you need to learn this year. You do because you want to. You engage in different projects and you take on different responsibilities because that's what you genuinely want. And there is no other motivation. But it requires you to say no to a lot of things that are not in alignment with your best interest. And you can only do that if you can accept yourself, your imperfections, your flaws, that you can take an honest look at your flaws and still feel that love for yourself in your heart. And this is that soulmate energy. First, you learn to love yourself unconditionally, to be present with yourself, with your imperfections, unconditionally. And then you are a match to people and surroundings that reflect the same love an unconditional presence back to you. And you might not be aware of that just yet, because it's all in a process of unfolding, but it's kind of there. But it's there, it's already present in your subconscious, and now all that's required is you to become more and more aware of that. But what about the conscious influences? What's on your mind and what's going on for you? And it's the faith. So you are really trying to connect with some higher energies here, some higher meaning, in order to be able to add more value to your life, to have a deeper and more abundant experience of living. And faith, it's about trusting that your heart's desires can be met. And if love is something that you desire, then you can really trust that it can be met. This desire can be met, and it can be true for you. And I think this is precisely what has created the shift that's currently taking place for you, because you have consciously and purposefully started to look for answers regarding this faith, started to look for that higher meaning, or even started to ask questions. What else is there? What can I expect from life? Is this all there is? Isn't there anything more? And how do I get more? How do I get there? How do I become happier? How do I connect with my happiness? You have already started asking those questions. And that has already created a shift which will take you somewhere, which will change your life if only you are willing to accept the challenge and learn that lesson. And so the advice for you is the Ceccoli. And this card is really about serving, because this is a servant. This is somebody who serves a certain purpose, and that's the meaning of his existence. So having this card as your advice, and also having this Two of Earth as your present energy as you start the year off, I think that you should be very careful about whom you're serving and what is the purpose of that. Because there could be a risk for you to be exploited in some way, to be taken advantage of. Because if you don't know how to love yourself properly, if you have not yet accepted yourself, you will easily agree to be exploited, because that is your definition of love, your current definition of love. If other people need me to do something for them, they must love me. But before you are able to accept yourself unconditionally, as we already discussed, it's really hard for you to distinguish what their intentions are and whether what they're asking from you is really in your best interest, whether they are really loving you as a person, as you, as your unique self, or do they need something from you? And that's it, that's all there is. So you must be very careful about that, and that is your lesson. So having that faith, it's the faith in you, first and foremost. It's not a faith in other people per se, and by that I mean you don't give in to a belief that other people will come and save you. It's not really the case. You must save yourself first. You must love yourself first, and then everything will fall into place. And with that Ceccoli card, do question why you are doing certain things. Maybe the only reason why you keep yourself busy is because you want to be loved, and that's the only way you can imagine the love can be earned. So that is something you need to learn to undo and establish new patterns of behavior, because you don't need to do anything to earn love. The people who love you will be there for you, irrespective of what you're doing. It doesn't, of course, it doesn't mean that you should treat them badly or take them for granted. Of course, it's not the case. But I hope that you get that for you there is a risk to go down that road where people can take advantage of you, and you still end up seeing your scars above all else. So that is something you need to change. The motivation behind your actions, why you are engaged in certain projects, and what is the good that you get out of that. Because you can really do that. By having this card, this fake card, you can really do that. You are there already. You have already started the process. It's now a matter of reevaluation and like deconstructing things so you can put them back together in the way you want them to be. Okay, and we have one last card, which is the outcome for 2020. So where are you going to? And you have a self. So isn't that wonderful? So this is a year when you really get closer to you. At least that is something that you can do this year. And the self is all about being able to connect with yourself, knowing and understanding your value, and not just that, but also making it show through your actions, through the thoughts that you're thinking, the words that you are speaking, your attitude towards other people and your life in general. What decisions do you make? So basically, it's not only something that happens within. It happens within, but then it changes your life through your action. And there is this heightened sense of self-worth that you can discover, and you can all of a sudden realize that, oh my God, I have been living this life, but it's never been my life really. I've never really lived for myself. I've never really looked at my personal dreams and desires. I've always tried to please other people. And I don't want to do that anymore. And I want people in my life who support that, who love me for who I am. And I want to give that permission to others as well, to be themselves and to love themselves for who they are, not for what they are doing and how useful they are. So this is a very strong and powerful lesson for you for this year, and I truly wish you to be able to align with the fulfillment of your desires and to be able to create beautiful things for yourself. Okay, so I hope that you find this reading helpful, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Hi, group number 3. So this is the reading for you if you picked the Witch's Tarot, which is the deck number 3 in my selection. And okay, let's have a look at what 2020 has in store for you and what is your lesson this year. And before I look at the cards of the main spread, I want to address the oracle cards because I was shuffling two of them just fall out of the deck, and I decided to go with them and have a look at what does it mean to you? What could that mean to you? So you have the tribe and new life. So yes, new life, it's I think it's a very good card to have for a New Year's reading, because more often than not, when we have that new year, we're looking forward to create something new for ourselves. We don't want the old to be brought into the new year, and we want a new life. Whether it's on a small scale or we want to have some big changes, it depends on us individually, but you want to wake up, you want to stretch, you want to just deeply inhale and create or experience something fresh, something new, and something that really uplifts you. But then you also have the tribe. And actually this is like an underlying influence for all of the readings today, that you guys want to have a greater sense of connection and being able to contribute, but also belong to a community of sorts, because the tribe is just about that. It's about being together with like-minded people, being able to share what you have and receive what you need. And it's like living a life of an added value. It's not only about yourself and your individual existence. Now it's about others as well, and you serve a greater purpose. You help other people, and at the same time, when you need something, when you need support, when you need guidance or advice, you know where to go, and that guidance or help that you need is given to you by your tribe, by your people. It's like this beautiful exchange of energy, and it's probably something that you want to include in your new life of 2020. But what's going on for you as you start the year? What are the present energies? And you have the sun. So you kind of want to go all in with upgrading your happiness levels this year, because the sun, it's about pure happiness. There is no more positive and more vibrant card in the whole tarot deck. This is that pure light and happiness. And you may be already setting yourself up to experience that. You may be really on fire to create that new life for yourself. And you have very, very good intentions, and you are able to elevate your energy and be very positive about the year ahead, about the change that you want to create, about yourself and about the people around you. Or there could be also some of you who are struggling a little bit to create that mindset of being very positive and happy about what you already have at the present moment. It could be that the sun is still hiding behind a cloud, but nevertheless, whatever you are up to, you can really go for it. The road is unblocked, and you can really do it and and then you can create it for yourself. It's there. It's only a matter of you going there and doing things, because you have already done something that has opened up this possibility for you. But now let's take a look at the subconscious influences. So what is hidden from you at the moment, but what you need to be aware of? And it's the Wheel of the Year. So this is another major arcana card along with the Sun, which makes me think that this is a pretty prominent moment, a pretty prominent reading with some major life lessons being offered to you, and also it reflects your readiness to be able to take that lesson and to really learn and grow in the process. And with the Wheel of Year, well, normally this is the Wheel of Fortune, and it indicates some good destiny, some good fate. Something good is coming to you. And of course, the wheel is constantly turning, and sometimes we are up and then we again find ourselves at the lowest point, but then we raise again, and that is how that cycle continues and continues on and on. But the Wheel of the Year and the Sun card, the combination of these two cards, definitely indicates that you are rising right now. You are on the positive side of the cycle, where growth and expansion becomes possible. And you may not know that just yet. You may not see the full picture, how every piece of the puzzle fits together, and how they interact, and what does that interaction mean, and how that it manifests. You may not have all that quite yet, but once the year progresses, I think you will be able to see the actual meaning of things, because something is unfolding here, and you will be offered an opportunity, or even a few of them, or even many of them this year, to really step up your game in terms of finding your happiness and being more happy about your life. And how it also feels is this freedom, this sense of freedom, that you kind of have a lot of freedom to choose what you want. And there are not heavy lessons that you need to go through in order to learn something, and only then you can free yourself once you've learned your lesson. It doesn't feel like that in this reading, because the Sun and the Wheel of the Year and also this new life card, it's like, okay, you can have it, it's there, it's coming for you, and it's like the luck is on your side. And what you can do is you can ride the wave. And even though you might not see it all at once just yet, you don't need to worry about that. Just do whatever feels right. Do whatever you have intended to do. Whatever uplifts you and makes you happy. And it will be just fine. But what's on your mind? And what do you want to create consciously? Oh, you have another major arcana card, the Empress. So, oh my God, this is a very fertile year, and it could be literally a very fertile year for you, because the Empress, also in this deck, she's depicted as a pregnant woman. And the Sun is a child. It's the symbol of child. So if you are looking forward to give birth or become pregnant this year, you have the green light, basically. You can definitely make it happen, and you can do that, and it's on its way already, if that's your intention. otherwise, if that's not you, then whatever you are hoping to create will come to a fruition with the Empress card, with the Sun card, with the Wheel of the Year. It's very powerful. And it's like whatever you set your mind to, you will get there, you will achieve that. The Empress is a very creative, loving, and nurturing energy. And that is your attitude towards your creative projects, towards other people in your life. Maybe it's about taking care of your tribe and sort of stepping up your role as being a part of that tribe, being more nurturing and taking care and loving other people, showing more support and appreciation to your community. And just by the act of doing that raises the overall energy and everybody gets happier, and you also get so much in return just by doing that. So there is even nothing more to add. Whatever you are looking forward, you can have this year, because it's there. It's there for you. It's almost, I would not say, I don't want to use the word guaranteed, but this is a very, very positive energy. So again, really ride the wave of it. And your advice is the Six of Cups. So again, that children theme is coming up. So again, if starting a family is something that you're looking for, or maybe you are still doubting whether it's something you need or want, then don't doubt it. That's something that's in the cards for you for 2020, or at least that's your lesson, basically. That's something that you need to learn and understand. So it could be challenging, even though those cards are very positive and it's like it's all there, just get it. But it's still a lesson for you. So even though I do feel that this will be an easy lesson, it also depends on how resistant you are to those things. Because the Six of Cups, it's like connecting with that inner child within. And maybe you are somebody who's really into building your career and you want that worldly success. You want to create your status and reputation. But once you connect with your inner child, once you visit your birth town, the place that you are coming from, your family, because the tribe is the family as well, your heart says something else to you. And the lesson is to be able to listen to your heart then and follow the guidance of it. And you might realize during this year that maybe working is not what you truly want. Maybe what you truly want is build a family and have the children of your own. Maybe it's time to give home to somebody and help them experience that sense of belonging and being a part of a family. Maybe it's you who need more of that. So really connecting to that place where your inner child resides, which can be accessed easily by revisiting your childhood memories, that will show you the way, and you will learn much more about yourself and your true needs in this year. And it could also be that you need to do some healing there, because not all of us have had happy childhood homes and happy memories. And the thing is that sometimes we abandon our inner child because, and only because, it's so painful to revisit those places and those memories. Also, on the Sun card, we have this child. So this is indeed about connecting to that place within you and starting to create and build your life around that. So that new life you want is based on that deeper inner space where your inner child lives in. And that is your authentic self, actually. When you really connect with your inner child, you realize that that is you in your essence. That is who you truly are, and your true desires live there with that child. And you can never be happy if you abandon your child. So there is this magnificent sense of togetherness and connection here, and feeling like home, feeling light and happy and like at home. So the lesson for you is to create that connection and heal whatever needs to be healed, and understand the message that your inner child wants to bring to you. Okay, and the outcome card. Oh, what a reading. Two of Cups. So you see, there are two people falling in love. It's wedding, it's romantic love, it's finding a romantic partner. It's finding that, I don't know, vocation that you have always dreamed of. Finding your dream job, your dream way of being. Family and building a family is very, very highlighted here in your reading. And your lesson is to understand that this is the right time to do that. To make sure that your heart feels at home and that you are not by yourself anymore, that you belong and that you give love and receive love back. So yeah, this is a fantastic reading, I must say. I would be happy if that would be my lesson, definitely. But of course, you have your own way and your own free will, and how you use this message is up to you completely. So guys, I hope that you liked this reading and that it was helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye. Hello, group number 4. So you've picked the Osho Zen Tarot, and let's take a look at your message. So what is the lesson for 2020? What this year has in store for you guys? And I have already shuffled the cards and laid them out to save time, but I normally place them face down, but some of the cards fell out of the deck upright, so I want to go to them first. And let's take a look at the Oracle card first. And this is your spiritual message or component of this reading. And you have the Blessed. And this was the same card that group number 1, I believe, had. So this is an invitation for you to realize and appreciate how blessed you are already in your current life, irrespective of what you have, what you think you have, what you think you don't have, and what are your New Year's resolutions, and how would you like to change your life? Or maybe you feel incapable of changing something, maybe you feel stuck. Irrespective of all that, you are blessed. And it's a matter of connecting and really taking in that feeling of being blessed, because you have been gifted with a lot. You have everything you need to be happy and to create the life of your dreams. And the whole year is going to be about that. It's about the way you look at things and your mindset. Do you want to be grateful for what you have, or do you choose to focus on the negative, on what you don't have at the moment? So it's up to you to switch your mindset and to focus on gratitude and on the positive aspects of things, on what you already have of that, on that inner abundance. And it will cause a lot of changes for you if you choose to have that attitude towards your life. And also a card that fell out of the deck as I was shuffling is letting go. It is at the center of your spread, so it represents what's currently going on for you at the beginning of this year. And I think that you need to let go of the past, basically. And here is how they work together. You don't hold on to what has happened in the past, because it belongs to where it belongs, in the past. Your future is not dependent upon your past unless you choose to do that, because you dictate the rules here. And if you think that your past has brought some negative experiences to you and that it predicts your future in some way, it might not really be the case. And currently maybe you have already understood that, and now you are trying to release those outdated energies and influences that you don't need anymore. You don't want any of that over to the new year. You want to have a fresh and different experience this year. And if that is something that you have decided for yourself, be assured that this is the right path for you to take, because that is in your power to do that, to leave the past behind, to do the healing that is required and necessary for that, and to really create something new for yourself this year. Now let's take a look at the subconscious influences. So what is going on beneath the surface that requires your attention? And you have the We Are the World card, which is a very beautiful card to have in this placement, because whatever you want or desire, you can have. And you are longing for a heightened sense of connection, which is definitely something that keeps coming up in these readings. You want a greater sense of community and belonging. You want to fit in, and having that We Are the World card in this position, it says that it's just a matter of time. You do your thing, you let go of the past, you start embracing the future and the new, and it will come. It will become a part of your reality, because unconsciously, that is your desire. That is what you want deep down. And the blessing is that your wish has already been granted. It is now a matter of moving into the direction of having that wish fulfilled. But what's on your mind? What is consciously going on for you? Okay, you have the exhaustion. Yeah, you might be tired. This is about living an inauthentic life and being taken advantage of. Serving something that is not in alignment with your true self, with your core values. Being a part of a system that really doesn't support you, but just drains you and takes all your energy away, so you don't have any of that left to really do the things that you enjoy. So you might be exhausted, and that's why you have decided to let go. It's like, enough is enough. I don't want any of that anymore. I just want to create more space in my life to be free, to do the things that I enjoy doing. And you don't want that anymore. You don't want to do something that doesn't energize you, that doesn't uplift you in some way. And it's not your thing. And you have already realized that this is not your thing. And I think it's another blessing, you being able to realize that you need to change something about the way your life is. Okay, but what is the advice for you? How you can make it happen? The Creator. So just go ahead and do things. Make things happen with the Creator energy. It's just, you must take accountability for your life. Nobody else will do it for you. Yes, you feel exhausted. You may feel drained, that you have no energy, that you have no time. Maybe you are giving yourself away to obligations that really don't serve you well, and you feel that you have no time. You want to let go, but you don't know how. But take one step at a time and start consciously moving into the direction of your desire. Start creating the reality that you like, no matter how small it may seem. Little change every day will add up and eventually create bigger and bigger change, and you will start seeing the results of your little daily actions. It's just a matter of you holding that space for yourself, allowing that mindset and acting in accordance to that, and not being afraid that it could be so small initially, but again, blessings, little things. Appreciate every day what you have done for yourself that has helped you feel better, how you treat yourself, what have you done for yourself. So it all counts, it all matters, and it will lead to here, to this energy. We are the world, where you do belong and fit in, and there is no pressure at all. It's just being together, being connected, and enjoying life. And the outcome for you is trust. So, interestingly, but you should not expect to have this end result in 2020 just yet, because it's a process that is starting now and it will take some time to unfold. But as you take those little steps, as you create that new reality for yourself, there might come a point in this year when you realize, okay, now it's time that I take the leap of faith. Because sometimes we just build up that change. We do little things every day and it takes us somewhere, but then other times we realize that, okay, now I jump into the unknown and I really don't know what to expect and what the outcome will be for me, but what I do know is that I cannot stay at the same place anymore. And what those little steps have done, that incremental action that you have taken every single day, it has built up your confidence. And it has helped you create that gratitude mindset when you really start to see what you have as opposed to what you don't have. And then there comes a point where you have built yourself up enough to follow that, to give in to that, and just trust that whatever happens will be okay. And that's the whole message and the whole lesson that you must learn this year. It will be just fine. As long as you stay loyal to what you want, and as long as you are moving towards the direction of your dream, it will be just fine. Yes, it may be hard, it may be challenging to let go of this, to clear that clutter, to open that space, to get rid of the past and the past influences. Yes, that could be challenging and it could pull you back from time to time. But what you need to remember in those situations is that what truly matters is you getting back on track of your heart. And don't be afraid that something bad would happen if you let go. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to let go of and leave things behind. Because nothing bad will happen to you. What you will gain as a result of learning this lesson is more freedom. More freedom, ability to be more spontaneous and more in line with your authentic self. Okay? So I think it's a pretty good outcome, isn't it? So I wish you a very, very happy new year, group number 4, and I hope that you liked this reading and that you were able to get some insight out of it. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.